Welcome everyone to Live Health Save Heads meeting. We'll be starting shortly, but before that, let's wait for a couple of more folks to join. And yep, in the meantime, I will share the meeting docs link in chat so that you all can go and write your name as attendees. There you go in the chat. I will be starting with mine first. Ritik, do you mind sharing this reminder in the channel? Your voice didn't come through.
Okay, I already did.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And also, like, in case you have, good bandwidth, you can always turn on your videos so that we can talk to your faces than just audio. So I think we are good to start. And so once again, I welcome you all to the websites meeting. This is a weekly meeting that happens every Monday. And so today is 8th of April. So we are back. We'll be going on with what's the item that are on websites, what are being worked on there, and also our system design system and other UI UXers issues. We will also make a couple of call for volunteers. We will list on some of the features being worked on and also some of the designs. So yeah, please stay tuned till the end. And if you have any items that you want to talk about, or if you need any help, you just have to mention those in this docs. So for those of you who have just joined the meeting, I will once again share this link in chat. And before we start, just a quick request that please do write your name in the attendees to mark your attendance. So before we go on to the topics, there is this tradition on every project and community meeting in the community, and that is like those who are joining us for the very first time, they get to introduce themselves. So let me check for any newcomer on the call today. So Monojit, is it the first time that you're joining Websites meeting? If yes, do you mind giving your intro? And just heads up that in case you're having any audio or mic issues, you always can introduce yourself in the chat too. So let's see. I hope not, like Monojit is not facing any such issue. Let's take a look at another newcomer. So we have Senthil with us. So do you mind giving your intro, Senthil?
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the community and call.
Well, myself, Sangalevan. I'm a final undergrad student from Petros Institute of Technology, and I'm doing the front end, the back end steps for the past 8 months. I found a layer for community through Yasser post in the Twitter, and it was awesome. I wish to contribute to the back end projects like DevOps, so I'm here to. So, that's all about.
Great, Senthil. So talking about DevOps items, there are two, meetings in particular. One is a Wednesday's development meeting, and also bi-weekly CI/CD meeting that is going to happen this week. We'll share the link in chat. You might want to join those shows also, those meetings too, to get some of the items to work on. And if I could ask, if you could tell about your tech stack, what's the language that you are familiar with and use, and other, DevOps
Well,
tools
my
that you.
tech stacks are basically in the front end. I have used the React.js and Next.js. In the backend, Node.js and the Golang Express.js. That's all.
Great, we'll keep in mind. And yes, once again, thank you for introducing. And like you also have your video on, so that thank you. Let's once again ask Monojit if he's ready. Okay, I see a note from him saying little internet issue. So is it fixed, or are you still, Monojit, if you can confirm so? Also, like you can, introduce yourself in the chat too. So, all right, we'll be going ahead. I don't think we have any more newcomer on the call. Yep, we don't. Yeah, so let's first.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hey. Yes, I'm Matthew. I'll just introduce myself. So I started to contribute a couple of weeks ago now, and in my day-to-day, I'm a platform engineer, DevOps mainly, but I have to do some development when I can. So yes, I'm here to see how I can help you and how I can learn some stuff. And yeah, that's it.
Great. So apology for, have you missed like in the introductions. So thanks once again for introducing. And I I saw a couple of PRs from you on Measured.io repository. So that's really helpful. And we'll also recommend you to join other calls that we will be putting the links in chat. Ritu, do you mind sharing link of community calendar?
Yes.
I already get all the information from Mary. I'm on the meeting for the development on Wednesday. And yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you're saying you've already joined those meetings, right? That's really cool. Yep. I was saying that we do need contributions in more like automation area. So your contribution will really be helpful. So thanks once again, my friend. Yep. All right. Yeah. So let's go.
Also, James, are you joining for the first time?
No. Okay, this year this would be the first time I'm joining the Monday calls, but I think I'd stopped joining towards the end of last year because I had some duties to take care of, but I'm back now.
Yeah. So for those of you who are new on the call, do you mind once again sharing your intro, James?
Right. So I'm a software engineer based in Kenya. I joined this community late July last year. I had made 2 contributions so far on Measured.io, and I'm looking to expand what I can do for layer 5. And it's good to meet you all.
Great. So welcome back, James. I see Henry with us. So Henry, like you're joining for the first time? We still cannot hear you, Henry, in case you are speaking. So I would suppose that Henry is having some audio issues. So I will let him introduce in chat. All right. So let's get started with the topics. And the first website is layer5.io website. I will be sharing this website's link in chat, which is the main website for community and project. All right. So Ritik, do you mind starting with your item?
Yeah, sure. I'll share my screen. So if I open the preview of the site, so Achir is working and I are working on creating a new section on our layer5.io site so that we have a comp section on site so that will take users to our playground. For those who don't know what playground is a Meshria product in which you can collaborate with other contributors on creating different infrastructure designs, or if you are bored of just looking at the code of the YAML, so we have that product in which you can visualize that your YAML code and you can directly drag and drop the different CNCF project component directly on the canvas and create your infrastructure and check the performance of your application. So for that, we are creating a section on the main layerfi.io site. So if you go to our site, it looks almost the same. Yeah, this is the section that we have added. Yeah. Also for this section, like we are thinking to add an animation so that this first column will be rotating at upwards and this will be moving downwards. So if any front-end developer who wants to take this issue can directly make the changes in the same PR. I'll share the PR link in the chat. So yeah, if anyone who wants to work on the animation part. So I'll also show the mobile version of this. If I click on the button, it will take you to the playground of Meshri.io.
So we just don't show any logos in mobile view, right?
Yeah, like, but I think we can show them at the bottom. First, we will show this section, content section, and at the top and at the bottom, we can show this. So, your thoughts, like any UX
I think
or
that would
anyone?
be yeah. So just to express my opinion, so I think that would be more illustrative if in case we can anyhow show them some of these models that we support. So, but yeah, once again, like there are people on the call who would want to chime in and share their feedback. So definitely, this is a time you can unmute yourself and sound off. I might start taking your name. So
Wait, could you please repeat? I just missed everything. Just a recap of what you just told, please.
okay. So you are asking me or Ritik to repeat?
You please.
Okay, so in mobile view, we don't add also these models that we in the left hand side, all the integrations that you see, so we don't show them all. I mean, we don't show them at all. So if we could anyhow, show them. So in order to like, imply that we support these integrations, so that would be more illustrious. I would say that, it would say that, yep, we have a couple of support for a couple of things. It's just text right now, and in laptop mode, it's more explaining like, yeah, we do have these many components.
These integration type makes sense. Like, then we can show a section below this. Like, we can just
Yes.
rotate that section below this content section horizontally, and then we can have that animation from moving on left to right and right to left. So,
Like in the above card.
not like kind of, but these are effect on hover, but these will be infinite. Like there is no need of on hover effect. Like these will be rotating infinitely without on hovers.
But in the mobile view, we can go for horizontal.
Or horizontally, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah,
It will
like
be
for
great.
now, like we have some animation. Like if I go to that section, so
Partner section, right?
yeah, opacity comes from 0 to 1 as we reach the sections. But I think like that animation will be much cooler if we have that movie animation. This in that way we can show more integration, what that all we support. All right, I'll share the PR link in the chat.
And this once again is open to all ideas if you have. So you also can propose your ideas, which animations do you mind to add. And this page particularly, this homepage, is like there's an open issue that asks like we should add more and more animations to look it more cooler, I would say. So yep, I will be sharing that link if you want to check that out. So yep, help is needed there.
All right.
Anything? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just wait for 10 more seconds if anyone
Is
has
the
any
layer,
problem.
can I ask, is the layer 5 website developed on Jekyll or any JavaScript framework?
No, it's
It's
on a
Gatsby.
Gatsby. Yeah.
Gatsby, okay.
React framework.
Right. So next item is also from me. So on our layer5.io site on our pricing page, we were not listing all of the Meshery features because we have a lot of feature, but we were not showing off in the pricing page. So I have added some of the features that we support. So previously it was almost like 4, but I have added more information about the features, so you can, and these changes are already much, so you can go to the pricing page and see of what all the features that Meshery supports. So you can find the features on the Meshery page as well as on this pricing page, and you can check out on which plan we support those features. Yeah, another was like on our layer 5 pages, some of the pages we had the Lee images of Lee. So I replaced those. I replaced those with our 5 image, with our 5, which is our mascot. So yeah, these changes are also live. So if you are you see anywhere that you see image of Lee, so you can create an issue, and you can create an issue and start working on it, ask for assignment so that you can work on it, and to so that you can replace the images of Lee with the R5. So yeah, you can find the images of R5 mascot in our brand page. So we have a collection of set of these 5. So if I show you company brand, yeah, and if you go at the bottom, yeah, from here you can directly download the set of R5 and you use them on our site and replace images of Lee. So, right. If anyone has any question till now, you can ask. All right.
Well, do we use any framework motion framework for like the animations?
Yeah, like there are multiple libraries. You can use either Framer Motion or GSAP, like for animation purposes. Like, but I think like GSAP is better because it come before the Framer Motion. Framer Motion is recent, so both support the same animation. You can do same animation with both of the things. So all right. Mhm.
Okay. Anything else from you, Ritik?
Yeah, like there is a call for volunteer to change, remove the green background from this section of the right. I have created an issue. I'll share the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to contribute to this is a good first issue. So you can comment down your name in the issue section, in the comment section, so that we can assign you there. We see the issue is about removing the green background. I don't know how this came up, but yeah. Yeah, that's it from my side.
So if in case any one of you would want to just get started, so let me first share my screen. So this could be the issue that you would get started with making code changes. So Ritik will be sharing the link in chat. Please do comment so that we can assign you. And yeah, talking about Five, I have shared this link in chat from where you can read who is Five and what is he doing. So we call him our intergalactic cloud native hero, and there's a reason for it. You can read about his journey and how he's putting efforts and how you can help him by putting stars on Mystery repository. That is on github.com/mystery/mystery. I will be putting the link in chat. Right, so the stars on the Mystery repository acts as fuel to his ship. So I will not go into much detail, but yeah, definitely do give it a read. It's a interesting story. So, yeah. After that, there's a quick fix from me. So recently, one of the community members had tough time putting x.com's link. So Twitter was renamed to x.com, and so the link in the newcomers form, that is at layer5.io/newcomers, it was not accepting any link that is starting with x.com in here. So I just updated the regex to support that. So this was a quick fix. And then we have item from Rex or Victoria on missing permissions notification. So do you guys mind sharing your items, Victoria or Rex?
Yeah, Vivek, is that fix merged or that requires merge?
This is merged. So
Alright,
now
yeah.
you can type your x.com and it will just take that. So
Yeah, alright.
yeah, okay.
I can go now,
so
right?
yeah, please go ahead.
I'm trying to share my screen. 1 second, please. Okay, that issue there is about this permissions. Okay. I don't necessarily know what the entire flow is about, but there was a need to improve on the message for people who are maybe not having enough permissions to view a particular page in Mystery Cloud, and they'd have to request permissions because in Mystery Cloud they have organizations, and I think there are different rules assigned to people in those different organizations. So sometimes someone might not have a particular role assigned, and because of that, they cannot view a particular screen. And when that happens and they try to view that screen, this notification is supposed to pop up to provide some guidance so they can be redirected to either change their organization so that they can have to an organization where they have access to view a similar screen, or maybe request permission from someone with access to view the screen so that they can maybe increase the level of access that they currently have. And then after they do all that, they can return to their home screen. The way this is actually supposed to work, I think there's a little prototype to that effect. So once they click on this, the organization pops up. I think what's going on. I don't know. I think there's an issue there. I don't know what happened. Maybe I didn't link it correctly, but it's supposed to go over there, and then they can select an available organization. Maybe there's an issue probably with the nodal somewhere there. Maybe that's why it's not coming up properly. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if this icon is okay here. Someone pointed out that we might not need it, but Ritik added it anyway, and I think it looks even better. So yeah, feedback, comments.
So, before we ask for feedback, by any chance, Rex, do you have the prior version that we had in place for the permission denied pages so that folks can know? Or if not,
Oh,
so
the
then,
current version we have in place.
yeah.
I
Which
think
one?
this is this one here. Okay, I can't show this one here. Let me zoom in. So this is what it looks like currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the current version.
It doesn't contain much, so it's quite vague. It doesn't lead users to any destination. Provides suggestions, but doesn't appropriately convey what users are supposed to do, when they get here. Just gives out all the reasons and no solutions. So, but here we're trying to direct them by preferring solutions for them and then, helping them out in a much better way. I
Thanks
think
for
that's the
sharing
major.
that. Yeah, that definitely gives context to folks. So yeah, any feedback for Rex? You think any enhancement could be done here? Or... Ritik, do you have any comments?
No. Yeah, like Rex. I already made changes. Okay. Yeah, one more thing, like we can add a support button over here, like on this section. Like if we support button over here, so that user can directly contact to us. Like we are having that discussion forum and Slack workspace, but we also have a support page, so we can add a button over here on this page, so that if a user wants to contact directly through that support. So
okay, so if I just change this to dark mode, you notice that these buttons are actually supposed to be links. However, why they are not showing as links like this in light mode is because of accessibility, the contrast with the green. But we might be able to escape it because these texts are in semi-bold. But for the system theme, in light mode, most links like this, when they are in text and not in a field button, they are usually in neutral colors. That's black or white. That's why this button is black or white as well, because if we have it as Keppel green, it might not necessarily be accessible or visible. So that's, I think, primarily the issue with that we might have. But maybe we can, like I said,
I don't know.
just might get away with as a link button. Okay.
Yeah. So can you hear me, Joshua?
Oh, yes, sir, I can. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I don't know how the UI would look, but how about putting something like maybe an underline, a border in the like in the light mode to show. Maybe something like why the text might be white, there might be like whatever color you have. I didn't see the light mode. Can I see it? Please.
This is the light mode.
Okay, so why not maybe why we have that color there? We could have some sort of underground like border, more like an underline that would be green, like yeah. So somehow to sync with the site's aesthetics. So I think that could actually like make it look like indicates that this could be a link, right? So,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Something like this, you mean, yes?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, even though you have to give it a little spacing below. You do it for the Slack workspace too. Just makes it look like this suddenly a link. I don't know if I have to change. I don't know if I have to change the color, or we'll just use like the green underline to indicate, and then maybe anybody can suggest if you think maybe leaving the color as dark would like blank will be better, or maybe
it's because of if it's Keppel like this, to an extent, it just might not okay, well, it seems visible enough.
Still makes sense like this. So with this now, you might not have the need to put the underline, but if you prefer the other one, the former, you could put some like a green underline on that. So that would make it
The only issue I have is
give it.
because I'm looking at it in terms of the entire theme. Okay, so with the system theme, what we have currently, because of how we've seen it in different places where it's supposed to call the user's attention, but instead this green just fades into the background, the white background. We decided to have them as, you know, neutral colors. Well, maybe we can have one-offs, and this might just be one of them. But down the line, definitely changes things as well. So
I think
maybe
I was
whoever is
talking without even knowing. So I
say
said
again.
that underline
Yeah,
could work. You just have to play around and see which one visually works for you. You think it's more visually appealing, and maybe you could
yeah.
ask for like more feedback on the group there.
I think whoever is implementing will probably have a say as well, and maybe point out what will be most feasible from the good end of things, and then yeah. But
All right.
thank you.
Well done. Yeah.
I think that's enough time spent on this. Should I go ahead with my other agenda, or maybe wait my turn? I guess. Vivek?
Yeah, like if you
Stephen?
like, well, that's a great point, Leonard. Like there should be some visual difference between that discussion forum, because the
I
previous
can't hear you.
dark.
Sorry, your voice is quite low.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I hope now I am clear, audible. Okay, so
Yes.
like that's a great point, like from Leonard, that to have some visual difference between the discussion forum and those link button, because previously that dark color was blending with the other normal text with the normal text color. So we should have some visual difference in that. So all right,
Yeah, I agree. That's why he suggested the
like
underline, which I
underline.
think,
Yeah.
you know, because of the theming again, like I said, since green text on the white background might be an issue in the long run with our theming. So maybe we just might go for that to ensure that users know, okay, this is actually something clickable. And I didn't think of that. Thanks for pointing it out. Yeah.
Also, like these will be buttons that will redirect user to an external site, so we can also use that external icon button so to represent if these are the like
makes sense.
like yeah.
Maybe I'll do some formatting there and edit that entire line so that it reflects these changes. Maybe then it becomes more obvious, and we can, you know, ditch the green altogether and just stick with the original neutral colors. All right.
Or also, like if you can give a quick intro of what Systent is, because some of the contributors
that's what I
are
was
new.
asking. Should I go ahead with all the other items, because I still have assistant item? But
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You know. Okay. Okay. Assistant is supposed to be our design system, and it's coming along fine. If you go to the R5's website, here under projects, see we have a systems section already with a few pages designed. We are embedding it here currently, but maybe in the near future we'd have a specific web page or website rather dedicated to systems. Currently, we have most of the guiding principles for systems outlined. So color, spacing, typography, all with overview, guidance, and code. And so it provides guidelines generally on how to use color, typography, spacing across our solution. So you can access that here under products and then typography. So we have two components currently available, which is button text input. These changes are currently being implemented in progress. I believe color and typography are currently or will be merged this week, hopefully, because it will be merged on Metric Cloud specifically. So that's where we're test running it, and then before we are able to make sure it reflects across board. this page is having issues loading, but yes, that's basically what system is. It's our design system supposed to serve as a guide from everything from color typography to all the components that we might need. And speaking of components, we already have a new component, the modal component available. I think my internet is lagging a bit, please bear with me. Yeah, my internet is quite slow, please. Having issues navigating. Okay, so added modals to it, and we have the overview, the guidance, and the code for each of them. And the modals, the changes requested have been made with after a lot of back and forth, but we've been able to find suitable variations for those buttons, the disabled and secondary buttons, and so we have that across board. For our modals, they are grouped into 3 different types. So there's the workflow modals that help users complete straightforward tasks. Then there's the setup modals that help users set up their Mercury Cloud and Mercury accounts, where they have to create workspace environment and all that. And then there's tools that help users to import. They have to be looked at individually. And I'll drop a link in chat to that particular section so that anybody with any ideas can come in and take a look and offer feedback. So yeah, that's my updates on systems as well. Any feedback? Do I need to zoom in on the modals a bit more in case someone wants to point out something? I'll do that. So yeah, let's wait for 5 seconds, like Vivek always recommends, and nobody has anything to say. We'll proceed.
Thanks. May I?
Yeah, please, Abhishek, go ahead.
Okay, so the other day in the mesh map meeting, we were discussing on the disabled state of action button in the modal itself. Yeah. I checked the contrast ratio between the background and the button, and it is not good. Can we go for why don't we go for white or any color that is up to white or gray? Why do we have like primary color in the footer itself below the button?
Because wait, do you mean when the modal is in primary color like this, as in when it's enabled this manner? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yes. I was also only talking about this, that the contrast ratio between the button and the bottom. This is like coral green, bottom footer in which the button resides. It is not good if we check the accessibility standards. I tested.
Well, I think I also checked as well, and the general for accessibility, sometimes there might be concessions that have to be made. A few of the checks with regard to accessibility sometimes have to be validated by real people that actually use it. Okay, and so sometimes that might be why we'll just go with some things for a while, pending when we have something better. For now, largely, we can see the buttons. I think, like you said, maybe the contrast is off. I have not checked for the contrast, to be honest. What I checked for was the disabled state, where I figured out that we could have this for spot text, which is placeholder text or disabled elements, and so this suffices. But now that I mentioned it, I'll probably take a look again at the defaults and see and see if we could have other options.
Yes,
Thanks for
also
spotting it.
another reason why I said that was because I first thing about the colors I learned was that we use contrasting colors to shift the user's focus. I think in this scenario we want to shift the user focus to those two buttons. So using the colors in them is justifiable, and we could use or we can look into using white shade in the like the background where this prime coral green color is showing up.
I hear you, Vivek. Let me just quickly respond to this.
Yes, please.
If you remember the ideology behind having these two layers, the header and the footer, these colors, it was
Yes,
to draw the user's attention specifically to those two regions. So I think if you're looking for drawing the user's attention, we have already achieved that, because up here we are telling the user what this model is about and what they can do here. And down here are the actions that they can carry out. And so automatically, because these two sections stand out, users will be drawn to those sections almost immediately. When they look at the modal, they'll notice, oh, there is a top and there's a bottom of this modal. And then when they figure out what the top is for, oh, that's the title, then definitely they want to know what's there at the bottom, and they see buttons. So we already have their attention, So if it's about attracting users' attention, we probably have already achieved that with having those specific colors there stand out. So maybe that's something that you might want to consider and take a look at. But I hear you, and I'll probably check for that contrast and see.
Yes, please. Thanks a lot.
Please drop that as a comment. I think Vivek is on our next already. We're past time. Please drop that as a comment. Thanks.
Thank you, Rex.
That's
Yeah, so
again.
Rex and others are like doing wonderful work in this area. And so if you want to, learn something from them and you want to collaborate, so this is a good call for volunteer that you can, sign up for. So in Slack or on discussion forum, you can always find Rex and others on the call. Do, reach out to them to collaborate on this particular effort. So once again, thank you, Rex. I will be very quickly sharing my screen once again. Okay, so the animation that we were talking about on the home page. So this is area of open need. Open, like this asks for help. So if you are into animations and you want to enhance the homepage of Layer5.io, so please do comment in the issue I have shared in chat. And then these are two contributing issues links. I'll be just putting them in chat, so you can go and check them all out. The first one is for like those who are interested into UI and UX, so those issues are particularly for them. And the second one, the screenshots one, are just about uploading some of the screens. Uploading some of the screenshots. So yep, they are pretty much straightforward and issues just to get you started. And there are a lot of them open. So please do go and comment if you want to work in this area and get started. About that, we will come to docs.measure.io, and first is this item from me. So let me just quickly, okay, so I have already opened it. And what happened, we had like two layouts in docs.measure.io. One was enhanced and one was default. We recently removed the enhanced one, but there was these set of pages, docs.measure.io/extensibility, and then integrations. So these pages were using enhanced layout, and since it was removed, they no longer were able to properly display their content. So if I go on to this one, you see no style being applied. So as a temporary fix, I've just brought up the enhanced layout back. I've just copied default one, and we'll probably merge this so that we don't keep showing that broken page. But yep, this would need fix in the Golang script that runs, that generates all these pages. So yep, I will be putting this link in chat in case you are interested to look at. All right. Then we have item from Sangram. So Sangram, do you mind sharing these two items?
Sure. Just give me a second. So I've already there's no update from me per se. The idea here is to kind of get a decision on on these two ERs. Have been the changes that were recommended have been implemented. So if no one has any further feedback on this, I guess we can close it off is what I meant.
Yeah, definitely. So, yep, this is good to go, and we should
And
probably
even
watch
the
it.
other one as well, the provider docs has been updated today with whatever changes Lee had recommended here. So I've moved whatever, a couple of these areas to their dedicated sections. I keep forgetting where that is. Extensibility.
I'm looking for the page that says extensibility/providers.
Yeah, okay, it's slash. So I've moved them to this section here about remote providers that gives a bit more detail about why we're using remote providers, focusing on the authentication and authorization part that Lee was talking about. So yeah, this have been moved to the remote provider section. Yeah, so like I said, that's about it. I've made those changes. So if it all looks good, we can close these off.
Yeah. So for this one, I will request a review from Lee, and yep.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
for the previous former one, yeah, definitely that needs to be merged. Yep. Thank you for sharing updates, Sangram.
Sure. Thanks.
So I'll be sharing my screen. And now, okay, so these are some help wanted issues on tutorials on Playground. And since Sangram is here, I would like to say this, that our first tutorial was published by Sangram only. So how you can check that out is go to guides, and in here tutorials, you can, if you click on it, you will see a couple of them being listed. And the first one about exploring Kubernetes pods with Ministry Playground. This is the one that Sangram has published. So I will be sharing this link just in case you want to explore. So thanks, Sangram, for that. Okay, so
yeah, I'm
we'll
working
go
on another one on that same list. I was kind of under the assumption that it will be picked up by Tarun Chawla, but looks like he hasn't, or it has not been assigned to him. It's the issue number 9925, which is the fourth one, on the list. So I'm not sure if Tarun is here and he wants to really work on this. I thought he wanted to. So I said, yeah, you can have it, but maybe we can check with him. If he's occupied with something else, I can, continue working on this.
Definitely, we'll ask for the status on this one. And yep, if you want to work, we can assign or not. So then you can go ahead, Sangram. So
Okay,
hopefully that
so
makes
maybe I'll
sense.
wait for a day, to see if anything changes. If not, I will continue working on it and leave a comment there.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sangram. So next up, we go to this site that is mystery.io. Let me share the link of this site in chat. And this is the Mystery project site where you learn about all the integrations that we support and the Cloud Native catalog. So first item is from Abhishek. So Abhishek, do you mind sharing your screen and discussing your updates? Just before Abhishek starts, presenting his item, I just wanted to say that I looked at the code changes that you have made, and there seems to be some format changing. That's why they were flagged as changes made. So you might want to see that right and retain the previous formatting that we have. So your ID might be tempering there. You are muted, Abhishek.
By format, you mean this like I change the read more from like
No,
lowercase to
like I mean the
couple font.
general structure of code, the spaces and white spaces and things.
Okay, what
Prettier.
like Prettier does kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
So
Okay, I'll make sure that it won't happen. In this PR, I have done a lot of fix about the model, the spacing and the height and everything about the model and the catalog page. Primarily, this has been fixed. The Z index, it was an issue. Second, there is an height width between or spacing between the two filters and the catalog items. Then Lee asked me to fix the catalog. It has height issue and the padding and a lot of issues. Primarily, text color has been changed to match the extension model. Then we have modified the external link icon to internal link icon, like this chain. Then if there is anything to read, then only read more will be shown, otherwise it won't be shown. Then I fixed the general spacing around this. Also, this has been changed. Yes, that I should change the previous one to service mesh patterns. I guess this is service mesh patterns.
if you click on it, what happens? Does anything happen if you click on it?
Yes, it is like
Okay,
this.
so it loads. Okay.
Also, I have added image here too. In like yeah, previously it was not there. It will show if there is an image. Next, if we move to a smaller width point, only this will be shown on the top, and then related patterns will be shown below.
If you can reduce the size of width a little more in mobile view.
Okay. It is it is around of that of iPhone, 375 pixels.
My friend here at a call who are into UI UX, they will say that you should click that mobile button that in the div tool to get better understanding. I mean better presentation of how it will look in mobile view. Yep.
Okay. This one.
Yeah.
375 pixels.
This looks good to me, and let's also ask for feedback from others. But Ritik has one concern about overflowing issue. So when you clicked on the image just in the previous section, so it was overflowing, not in mobile view, but in.
If you go to the desktop view, close this.
Okay.
Yeah. Now if you click on the
this one.
Yeah. Like you see, like we have a horizontal border
Related
at the
pattern
border.
This you mean this?
Yep.
Yes, if I will refresh the base, it won't come here. Let me show you this. And it sometimes come because there is a CSS issue in here. There's a lot of CSS files that are modifying something or something not. But main problem arises when you use the when you resize the window, like this one. It sometimes there is a scroll bar here, sometimes there is not. And in the previous main the mesh.io, is this one visible? Main mesh.io site.
Yes, it is.
Yes. There's a lot of issue here. Overflowing. Mainly, there is also vertical bar that comes here in some of the catalogs, and that is because we are not using CSS by minifying it, and there are also CSS has not been reset. So in some cases we have this like H2 here in some cases H2 has a top margin top, in some cases it is not. And the one who have previously worked on this, everyone trying to fix it, but I think the root cause is that the CSS is not reset. So sometimes there is another CSS file that is modifying the same code, and it primarily shows up when you are resizing the windows through the DevTools. But I will try to look into that if I could fix that also. Also, the major issue here, which is left, is that there is a scrolling below of the content that is below the model. We should fix this.
I think last time we talked about it on the call, and the general, consensus was that we should we should keep it. I mean, let them scroll the background too. If I recall correctly, Ritik was there on the call too.
Yeah, sorry, if you can repeat.
Yeah, so like if you have modal open, so what is suggested that we should not let the users scroll through the page. But did we not discuss it in the one of the previous websites meeting where we decided that we will keep that for now?
Yeah, like that's not an issue, right? Because like if a user clicks on that modal, like they can scroll in the modal, but if they scroll out of the modal, they can scroll here. That's why that's not making much of an issue.
It is not, yes, it is not a big issue
Yeah.
to work on, but when I compare it with other sites like that of Vercel or other models, or the material UI package, when the model is open, there is no generally there is no scrolling. So I thought I should tell you, or I should ask for feedback.
Yeah, that's fine.
But this is everything that has been merged, has been done in this PR, and the formatting, what can I do for that to make it right now?
Can you repeat slow? Like you were cut off the last part of the sentence.
What can I do to make the formatting right now?
Okay, so you are talking about the prettier changes, right?
Yes.
All right. So I think you will have to, figure that part out. I mean, you will have to remove some of the white spaces. If there's too much lines of code being changed, I mean, it would be good if you are able to retain the previous ones, the formatting that we had. But if not, so that's okay. But it just makes the reviewing a little harder. But yeah, no issues. We can go with this too. But see if you could retain. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll try to fix that.
So any feedback?
Everything on this. Yeah.
Any feedback for Abhishek? So let me very quickly share my screen. So thank you for sharing your updates, Abhishek. We are on time. And we have a couple of items to be left to be discussed. But let me very quickly make call for volunteers for this particular item, these two items. This is about there were recently updated. There was a page added recently, Mesh.io/extensions, And if you go there, description for each of these extensions is needed. So if you have background in these particular areas, you can help with that. And then there is this good first issues, and which is basically about adding a button. It could be external or internal link, just like Abhishek was demonstrating right now, demoing, just in the previous item. So do check that out. I've shared the link in chat. You can comment, and so that any of the maintainers or community managers can assign you that issue. All right, so that was it, folks. Thank you for joining, and we will cover other items on development meeting or on next website's meeting. You also can share your updates in the Slack channel, so that will be for sure reviewed. So thanks once again for joining, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Vivek.